Namaskar and welcome to GeoBriefing. I'm Shobal Srivastava. Big shifts are happening all over the globe, from Justin Trudeau's surprising exit to Indonesia's bold entry into BRICS, and North Korea's missile test pushing tensions higher. Plus, what's behind Trump's audacious proposal to make Canada the 51st US state, and explosive new details about scandals shaking the UK and Bangladesh. This is the pulse of international affairs you need to know. Buckle up. The world is changing fast. Let's dive into the most critical stories you won't hear anywhere else. Justin Trudeau quits as Canada's Prime Minister amid party rebellion and global controversies. Justin Trudeau has announced his resignation as Canada's Prime Minister and leader of the Liberal Party, citing internal dissent within his party and parliamentary paralysis. He will serve as caretaker Prime Minister until a successor is chosen through a competitive process before the October general election. Trudeau expressed regret over his inability to reform Canada's electoral system and criticized opposition leader Pierre Poilievre's vision for Canada. Key contenders for his replacement include Dominic LeBlanc, Melanie Joly, and Mark Carney. Internal party rebellion, highlighted by Chrystia Freeland's resignation in December, preceded Trudeau's decision. His tenure faced criticism for economic struggles, including inflation and stagnant GDP, and a controversial trade relationship with the US, worsened by attacks from Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Canada's strained ties with India over the Niger case and allegation of Indian involvement in the killing of a Khalistani terrorist have further marred Trudeau's leadership, drawing criticism both domestically and internationally. Pro Khalistan activities in Canada and Trudeau's alleged pandering to these groups aggravated relations with India. Indonesia officially joins BRICS, a new era for global cooperation. Indonesia has been officially accepted as a full member of BRICS, joining Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. The announcement was made by Brazil, the current bloc president for 2025. Indonesia's inclusion follows a consensus decision by BRICS members, finalized after Jakarta's was approved during the 2023 Johannesburg summit. Indonesia views the membership as a strategic move to bolster collaboration with other developing nations and advocate for global South interests. Brazil highlighted that Indonesia supports global governance reforms and contributes positively to cooperation among emerging economies. Other recent additions to BRICS include Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and the UAE. Trump pushes for Canada to become the 51st state following Trudeau's resignation. US President elect Donald Trump has renewed his proposal to make Canada the 51st state following Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's resignation on January 6th. Trudeau, under mounting pressure from his Liberal Party and amid declining popularity, announced his resignation but will remain in office until a new leader is chosen. Trump mocked Trudeau on his social media, calling him Canada's governor and accusing Canada of exploiting US trade practices. Trump also suggested that statehood would eliminate tariffs, lower taxes, and enhance security against external threats like Russia and China. He reiterated threats of imposing a 25% tariff on Canadian imports unless issues like drug trafficking and illegal migration from Canada are addressed. Canadian officials have yet to respond formally to Trump's renewed proposition. UK child abuse scandal resurfaces. Prime Minister Starmer under fire amid Elon Musk's explosive claims. A historical child abuse scandal in the UK involving predominantly Pakistani grooming gangs has resurfaced in political discourse following criticism from Elon Musk. The controversy highlights systemic failures and political implications. A 2014 report uncovered the exploitation of over 1,400 girls in Rotterdam between 1997 and 2030, some as young as 11, primarily involving Pakistani origin perpetrators. Local authorities were hesitant to act, fearing accusations of racism. Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who served as the UK's chief prosecutor from 2008 to 2013, claimed he tackled the issue directly, achieving major prosecutions and overseeing the highest rate of child abuse case handling during his tenure. The scandal has returned to headlines as opposition leaders demand a new inquiry, citing unresolved issues despite a comprehensive nationwide investigation concluded in 2022. Starmer's government has stated it is actively implementing the inquiry's recommendations. Musk's involvement has amplified the issue, accusing Starmer of complicity and criticizing his handling of the scandal. Musk's remarks, which include allegations against safeguarding officials and attacks on opposition figures like Najil Farage, have disrupted Starmer's efforts to focus on governance and hindered his political agenda. Russia claimed strategic victory with capture of Kurakhove amid intense fighting. Russia has claimed the capture of Kurakhove, a key frontline town in Ukraine's Donetsk region, which serves as a crucial link to the logistical hub of Pokrovsk. Videos verified by the BBC show Russian troops raising flags in and around Kurakhove. Ukrainian journalists stated that Kurakhove has been effectively lost, although Ukraine has not officially acknowledged this. The monitoring group Deep State reported most of the Kurakhove under Russian control as of Tuesday, with Ukrainian troops reportedly still engaging Russian forces on Monday morning. Reports from Ukrainian blogger highlight intense Russian artillery and guided bomb attacks. Russia's defense ministry has also claimed control of a village about 8 kilometers south of Pokrovsk. Military analysts suggest that the fall of Kurakhove would allow Russian forces to target Pokrovsk from a new angle. Meanwhile, Ukrainian forces are reportedly facing manpower shortages and losing ground in the eastern region amidst Russian advances. Venezuela cuts ties with Paraguay after shocking support for opposition in election dispute. Venezuela severed diplomatic relations with Paraguay on January 6th, following the Paraguay's president Santiago Peña's support for the opposition in Venezuela. Peña spoke with opposition leaders and called Edmundo Gonzalez, who is in exile, the legitimate winner of the Venezuelan presidential elections. The Venezuelan government rejected these comments, maintaining that President Nicolas Maduro, who is set to begin his third term, was the legitimate winner. In response, Paraguay expelled Venezuela's diplomats from the country, further backing its stance on Gonzalez's victory and urging for the restoration of democracy in Venezuela. Arrest warrant issued for Bangladesh ex-Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina amid shocking genocide allegations. On January 6th, Bangladesh's International Criminal Tribunal issued a second arrest warrant for former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, along with 11 others, including senior military generals and former police officers, regarding enforced disappearances. The warrants follow accusations related to incidents of disappearances, abductions, and human rights violations. This move follows Hasina's removal during protests in August 2024. The ICT's decision builds on a previous warrant issued in October 2024 for genocide and crimes against humanity. The accused, including Major General retired Tariq Ahmad Siddiqui and former Inspector General Benazir Ahmed, are to be arrested and presented before the tribunal by February 12, 2025. South Korea's impeached president Yoon faces detention after dramatic standoff. South Korea's anti-corruption agency, the Corruption Investigation Office for High-Ranking Officials (CIO), has secured a new court warrant to detain impeached President Yoon Suk Yeol. The warrant was issued after a previous attempt to detain Yoon was blocked by his Presidential Security Service. The new warrant follows Yoon's refusal to cooperate with authorities regarding a martial law decree he declared on December 3, 2024, which led to his impeachment on December 14. Investigators are considering rebellion charges against him for declaring martial law in response to opposition from parliament. North Korea's new hypersonic missile test sparks global tension amid Blinken's visit. North Korean leader Kim Jong un oversaw a successful test of a new intermediate range hypersonic ballistic missile on January 7th. The missile flew about 1500 kilometers at 12 times the speed of sound, with a peak altitude of nearly 100 kilometers before descending to a second peak of 42.5 kilometers. South Korea disputed the claimed range, estimating it at 1100 kilometers and denying the second peak. The missile was made with carbon fiber composite materials for enhanced performance. The launch coincided with the visit of US Secretary Antony Blinken to South Korea. North Korea has been enhancing its missile capabilities and is focused on advancing its nuclear deterrence. Ghana's Mahama sworn in amid economic crisis. Can he tackle the country's urgent challenges? On January 7th, John Dramani Mahama was inaugurated for his second term as president of Ghana after winning the December 7 election. Mahama returns with a strong mandate to address issues such as corruption, high unemployment, inflation, and public dissatisfaction. His tenure will begin amidst challenges left by the outgoing administration, including a power crisis and economic instability following the COVID 19 pandemic. Analysts and supporters highlight his political experience and majority in parliament as strengths to implement reforms. Mahama has promised to invest in agriculture, infrastructure, and fight corruption, with a focus on tackling inflation and exchange rate problems that affect the daily lives of Ghanaians. And that's all for today. What do you think about these breaking global developments? How do you foresee the future of these international conflicts? And what's your take on the global leadership shifts? Drop your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. If you want to stay updated every day with all the significant global news, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Like and share this video with your friends and family to keep them informed too. Also, follow us on Instagram to get global news at your fingertips. The link is in the description. Dhanyavad and see you next time.